Why do I never know what I'm doing? Make sure I don't look like a hippo. Okay, what's up everybody? How you doing? I hope you're doing okay. Today my dogs are barking. I'm just gonna talk over them. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs. What's up everybody? How you doing? I hope you're doing okay. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing the first tag and you're gonna hear some of my first experiences in life. Anything could happen. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you like it and let's jump right in. The first app you check when you wake up in the morning. Well, recently it's been TikTok because I've been making a lot of TikToks and I usually wake up with notifications. I also usually try to post a video first thing in the morning. And then Instagram, I know that's like a bad habit and I always try to like not check my phone first thing in the morning, but it never works. So TikTok, don't you judge me. First broken bone. So apparently I have no memory of it. When I was a baby, I fell off my parents' bed and broke my arm apparently. Apparently my parents were freaking out. Apparently it wasn't that big of a deal. How many times can I say apparently? I just they couldn't really do anything because I was a baby, so they didn't put me in a cast or anything. Apparently I just kind of like walked funny for a little while and then I was fine. First Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook posts. Oh Lord, I don't have Twitter. Facebook, there's no way I can find my first Facebook post. Let me see if I can find my first Instagram post here. So 2013, I posted a picture with my friend Chloe Clevenger, who I grew up at church with, and it said hashtag first Instapic church, exclamation mark, peace out sign. First time you ever got into trouble at home and school. Well, I was homeschooled, so school was home. Home was school. When I was really young, I took markers and wrote all over the wall. That's my earliest memory of like doing something stupid, but it was well-intentioned. I didn't know that you could do that. First time you were allowed to put on makeup. I feel like I was pretty young when I had blush and normal stuff like that. It was a while before I had mascara and kind of took it to that next step. I remember asking my mom to let me do mascara and eyeliner. I think I was 8, 9, 10, I don't know. My first celebrity crush, I love this question. The movie Sandlot, right? It's a baseball movie. You haven't seen it, you need to see it. It came on TV a lot when we were younger. And there was this kid, and his character's name was Benny Rodriguez. Oh my gosh. I don't know what his real name is. He's probably old and married now, but if you're not, look me up, Benny. First cooking experience. Well, I don't really cook. Now my first like legit cooking experience was actually like a couple weeks ago because me and my family, I'm 21 years old, it's fine. Me and my family have been dieting and I made this like breakfast casserole with spinach, all this stuff, and it was dope. And then before that, I had an easy bake oven. Oh, when I was a kid. If you didn't have one, you're missing out because that stuff was the bomb. And I remember we always used to make these little, it was like this big, and there's these little yellow cakes and you would put it in there, take it out, put a little icing on it, you could eat it. First ever cell phone, orange slide phone where you could text. Let me tell you something, I was a machine. First ever kiss. So I have shared this story many times, but I'm gonna share it again. When I was really young, me and my brother were friends with this brother and sister that lived down the road. And my brother and the older sister used to like, they would kiss and run off and hold hands and things. One day we were on a trampoline, I don't know whose trampoline it was, and it was us four, and Jeremy and the sister were kissing. We decided, me and the younger brother, that we wanted to try it out. And it was disgusting. He chased me around the trampoline because he wanted more, and I can't blame him, but I did not give him more. My first fear, wow, I was a shy kid. I was afraid of people, so that was probably my first fear that I can remember experiencing. Was my first internet activity. I remember when like YouTube started to become like a thing, and my brother showed me how to get to it, and the only thing I ever remember looking up was Fred, but that was like the thing. He had a really weird voice, and then I remember when I got a little bit older, he started to really freak me out. Then I became terrified of him, and I don't know where Fred is now. I should look him up. My first pet. So we had, when I was younger, we had a family dog named Josie. She was a miniature schnauzer and she was so cute. My personal first pet was a fish, and this fish was named Casanova, and he was so cute. My brother always said his name was Fishy Fred, but that's ridiculous. His name was Casanova. Because I went to a wedding, and as the centerpiece they had like fish in a fish bowl, and they were just giving them to people, and I wanted one, so I took it. My first piercing, and when did I get it? So my first piercings were my first ear piercings. I have 3. I want to say it was my 9th birthday. My first swear word, I remember saying a couple when I got just like I just kind of threw them out there to see what would happen. I think the first one that I can remember doing was just so funny. Me and my brother were playing tag or something. I was chasing him and he like went into a room and shut and locked the door. I don't remember exactly what I said. I either said open the D door or get your A out here or something like that. And I remember like shouting it, and at that time I didn't really know. I remember Jeremy coming, oh, he was opening the door and he was like, what? My first tattoo. So I only have one tattoo, and it is this one. It's a little vine flower thingy-majing. I got it, I want to say August of last year, but that might, or the year before. I don't know. I got it in the middle of like a really horrible season of my life, and for me it was a promise to myself and to God and from God that all the hurt and all the horrible stuff that was happening was gonna come out and be beautiful. And it's now a reminder it did turn out beautiful, and that if no matter what happens and no matter what comes, it might scar you, but it can still be beautiful. It doesn't have to be like shameful or a horrible reminder. It can be a good reminder of like, look how far I came. I think my first thought today was, man, I slept in too late again. My first YouTube video, it actually was this, it was 2020, and it was when I first got in quarantine. I think it was called Surviving Quarantine, and I just sat in my chair and and made this weird little video, and I liked it and people seemed to like it, so I was like, I'll just keep doing it. My online profile picture, let me see, a picture of me in my elf beanie. That's my photography picture. That's actually, those were my senior picture. The first concert I ever attended, when I was in high school, church group always went to Winterfest and actually worked, and we ushered, so we got to like go backstage and all this stuff. I think technically that is my first concert experience. I think my first legit concert, a Reliant K and Switchfoot concert on Valentine's Day that my oldest brother actually took me to, and he paid for it and everything was so sweet. The first person you text when something exciting happens, well, the first person I tell is my mother. Probably just like my family group chat, which is me, my parents, my brothers, and their wives. I'll probably just send like a group. Oh my God, you won't believe what just happened. The first text I sent today, let me find it, because it was to my sisters. Woke up to a text from one of my sisters wanting to go to the gym. I said, well, hi, you're so funny, I'm down, but I have a photo shoot this Saturday at 3, so it'd have to be early. I need to be back home by 2 at the latest to get set up. My first job, so my first legitimate job was Starbucks. I didn't work through high school, and then my parents didn't want me to work through college. So right before I graduated college, I got my job, and then now I am a full-time photographer. First thing I do when I get home, if I've been dressed up or whatever, I will immediately put on sweatpants. Listen, I like getting dressed up. I love feeling all fancy and good and whatever, but only for like 30 minutes. And so the first thing I do, kick my shoes off, put on sweatpants, take my makeup off, and then I'll reassess my life. The first CD I ever owned, I think it was a Disney collection, like a Disney Channel thing. There's an episode of That's So Raven where there's a talent scout or something that comes to the school, and they all put on like all of these shows and things, and Raven did a song that was freaking dope. Still to this day it stands as dope. It was on there, and I remember listening to that on repeat. Some of you got stitches. Oh, so I actually still have the scar on my left big toe on the inside. My oldest brother took guitar lessons. It was like this big building. One day we were going, and my mom told me to go tell Caleb that we were here and whatever. I go inside, and I open the door, and the ground is like really close, like there isn't a gap between it, and it ran right over my toe. Oh my gosh, there was so much blood, because this woman that I've never met, never seen before, never saw again, came, and she was like really strong, and she just scooped me up and she carried me to the car, and she put me in the back of the car, and then we went to the hospital, and I got stitches that day. When was the first time you realized you're good at your job? I guess the first time I was like, okay, wow, maybe I can do this, was when I was asked to do a family session. I think that was the first time it clicked, and I was like, okay, this might be something that I can, like, people seem to trust me enough. First regrettable hairstyle, well, here's the thing. I don't necessarily regret any of my hairstyles. I liked all of them. They didn't stick, obviously. I did cut my hair like when I was really young, and I cut, like, there was a strip right here, and I cut it, and then I realized it looked stupid, so I was like, I'm just gonna cut it all the way up, and I just had this little, it was really unfortunate. The first time you cut class, well, I was homeschooled, so I couldn't really cut class at home. And then in college, I mean, obviously everybody cuts class in college. much. So I think that's all the questions. So yeah, there's a little look into my life that I've learned since the first time these things have happened. But don't regret your past, people, because you just learn from it. Everything that you've done is a stepping stone to get you where you are. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more stuff, hit that subscribe button. I love you guys. Bye. I gotta eat because I'm hungry. Ooh, ooh, ooh.